Hello explorers, welcome back. So we're going to do a Merry Monday cash stuffing. Yes, I did one last week. Yes, I did one the week before, but I feel like I'm behind on Christmas even though I know I'm not. But I'm just so far ahead in my bill savings that I don't want to, I just want to get further ahead on my Christmas. Now, that's not to say that my original plan of $25 a week and then cash stuffing $100 every 4 weeks wouldn't have worked, because that was a perfect plan. And it would get me to the $1,200 goal by the end of November. However, I'm so far ahead in my bill savings that this is what I want to focus on. But give me 1 second, because this is all out of whack. There we go. Okay, I forgot that we have been doing a lot of filming outdoors, so I had my camera settings set for that, and so it was focusing on my hands and blurring everything. But let's get started. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, if you have not been on my TikTok or my Instagram, you've missed a lot. So we have $100 here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So if you have not followed along with the saga that was Saturday, let me inform you. If you were on my TikTok or my Instagram, you already know all this, so it's going to be repetitive for you. So I apologize. But it is what it is. Shut the boxes first. Okay. So, what happened? Well, we were supposed to, we got up early, packed up the camper, or the RV, and headed towards our next destination on Saturday morning. Got up real early. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's involved in packing up a 40-foot fifth wheel that you live in full time in order to move to the next destination. However, we did all of that, and then we get, I don't know, maybe a half hour to an hour into the trip. No, I'd say more like a half hour into the trip, and my husband says, "What's the date today?" I tell him, and then he's like, "Okay, how many nights are we here?" I was like, "That's a good question. Let me check." I pull out my notebook that I have my entire itinerary for the next couple of months written on. And I look at it and I was like, "Oh my gosh." She's like, "What?" I said, "We were not supposed to be here. We're still supposed to be at this campground today. We're not supposed to leave until tomorrow. The next campground is not expecting us until tomorrow." But at this point, we had already packed everything up. We were about a half hour into the trip. We both agreed we were not about to go back and unload everything and set everything back up for one night. So we just called the campground that we were going to be going to and asked if they could accept us early. And so Saturday I paid for 2 campgrounds. The one that I was already booked at, and then an additional night at the one that we were on our way to. So we have 9, 10, 18, 22. So I'm not going to do another one in this because that was a lot of money for this binder. So we're going to put 22 into there. So we call them and they're like, "Yeah, not a problem. Go ahead and come a day early." And so they take my payment information and I pay for it. And it's like $45 after tax or something. On top of the fact that obviously I had already paid $56 for the previous one. So that was fun. But not a big deal. It was worth avoiding the headache of, checking out, checking back in, back and forth, back and forth. So we make it an hour and a half away from our destination, and our truck goes into limp mode. And so we've been having this issue this whole trip. And so we just pull off to the side of the road, turn it off, turn it back on. It resets itself because we think it's like a sensor issue or something. Only this time we do that and the truck will not turn back on. It'll turn on, it just won't turn over to actually start. So we wait, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, and we're realizing it's not starting. So in this one we have 20, 35, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. We realize it's not starting. So I call Progressive Roadside Assistance, and I have 2 policies with them. I have I have my truck policy, which is in my name, and I have our RV policy, which is in my husband's name. So I let the woman on the phone know this, and I tell her, I'm going to need 2 tow trucks. I'm going to need one for the truck, and I'm going to need one for the 5th wheel. She's like, yeah, not a problem. We'll process both. Well, I've never dealt with this before. The only time we've ever used roadside assistance to have our truck, or not even our truck, it was actually to have the Escape towed. We were in Vegas, and we always took our cars to the same dealership. So we just automatically, called, told them we wanted it towed to Ford Country in Henderson, Nevada, yada, yada, yada. This time we're in a state we've never been in before. And so she asked me, okay, where do you want it towed? And we're like, we have no idea. So I'm on the phone with her, and I'm apologizing profusely for wasting her time because I'm not prepared, and I wouldn't have called had I not been prepared, but I wasn't thinking. And she's like, it's really not an issue. Okay, so I see tree right here. She's like, I promise it's okay. And so while I'm on the phone with her, my husband, I'm giving him places to call. First place he calls tells us they don't work on diesel. So that's a bust. And so I was like, I'm not going to waste any more of this woman's time. I find out that there's a Ford in the closest city to where we're at. Because where we're at is such a small, unincorporated area that it actually doesn't even have a town. I actually had to give the woman coordinates. So word search has 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I'm like, yeah, can we just have it towed to Ford? She's like, okay, now let's work on the RV policy. Where would you like that towed? I was like, hadn't thought about that because we're on our way to a campground. We just left another campground. I've already paid for 2 campgrounds. So I quickly Google a campground, and I was like, can you wait 1 minute? I have my husband call this campground and see if they can accept us, because it was super affordable. And they were like, yeah, absolutely. Not at all a problem. So we're going to put $2 into this one. This is a new one. We're just now starting. This is from Donna Powered by Creativity. It was a freebie last year. So you can find this on some of her older videos from last year. So they tell us that they can accept us, and it was like $200 for the entire week. And I was like, you know what? I already know that Ford is going to take a while to get to us. So we'll book the whole week at $200. Like, that's an amazing price. So we do that. I tell her to go ahead and have us towed there. Let's do this $8 one. This is from Liz and Les. I was trying to make it off-centered, but I didn't off-center it enough, but oh well. So we're going to put $12 in this one. So I tell her to go ahead and have us towed there. We have 50, 60, 70, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. So I'm waiting. We're waiting. Little time goes back. Maybe like 2 hours-ish go by. And Progressive calls us and says, we've called 30 places that are on our list and nobody has the equipment to tow your 5th wheel. You guys can go ahead and find somebody yourself and then submit for a reimbursement request. And I'm like, no, because at this point, Progressive had me pay up front for the tow, because the tow was out of the 30-mile towing radius that's included in my policy. So I had to pay $110 for the truck to be towed because it went over by like 5 miles. And I had to pay $154 for the RV to be towed because, again, it went 5 miles outside of the tow radius. So we're going to roll 2 dice. One is going to go for the top. One will go for the bottom. This is from Save with Sydney Bear, I believe. Yes. And this is her Christmas mashup. So 3. And then we'll roll for the bottom. We got 2. So we have a snowman and a toy shop. Let's do... I'm going to go conservative on this while I try and finish up the one from Budget with Ira. Let's go ahead and do... We still have a lot of money left. Let's do the 2 up top. And we'll do this 3 on bottom, and that'll be $5. So I told them, I said, no, I already paid you guys, like, you need to get it together and find me a tow. But after that happened, I went ahead and I was like, you know what? Obviously, we don't know anybody in this town. Like, we don't even know anybody in this state, let alone know somebody in this town. So I called the RV park that we had just booked at, and I said, hey, like, I told them the situation, and I said, do you happen to know anybody locally that can tow a fifth wheel? And he was like, yeah, I have a guy. Let me call you back in 5 minutes. Awesome. So he calls me back and he says, unfortunately, he's not available today. What's your hitch system? So we tell him. He was like, all right, I will get everything ready and I'll be on my way and I'll tow you guys into our RV park. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, yeah, we'll get you. He's like, how many people do you have with you? And so I tell him, and he was like, all right, as long as you can you're able to install the car seats in my truck, like, that's not a problem. I'll come pick you up and the kids and everybody and the fifth wheel, and we'll tow you guys in. We were 30 minutes outside of his RV park. And I was just like, that's amazing. Can you be on standby though? Because we can't tow the RV until we get the truck towed, because the truck is attached to the RV and the truck is inoperable. So, like, we can't move it out of the way for you to get your truck in to tow the fifth wheel. And he was like, yeah, just give me a call. Here's my cell phone number. Once Progressive sends somebody to tow the truck, just just pin your location, send it to me. I was like, yes, okay. We're going to go and do the 25 on this one because I rarely have that much. And today I do. 10, 15, 20, 25. Because I don't know why I thought one this big was a good idea. So we wait and wait and wait. Well, then he calls me and after like several hours, he calls me and he says, hey, it's getting to a point where I'm not going to be able to, like, come get you guys. I'm really sorry. And I don't know what the reason, and it was none of my business what the reason was. But he was just like, I can't come get you past a certain time. And he gave us the time or whatever. And I said, no, I completely understand. Like, this is the situation. We're just waiting on Progressive to send somebody for the truck. And he was like, well, you know, if you want, I can come get you guys and the fifth wheel, and we can just lock up your truck and leave it there. I said, that's not the issue. We can't move it because it's attached to the RV and it's inoperable. So we can't move it for you to get your truck in to be able to tow the fifth wheel. And he was like, oh, that's what we've been waiting on? He's like, not a problem. I'll bring some tow straps. I'll tow your truck out of the way. So now this man has saved me $154 on the tow for the fifth wheel because I was able to cancel that with Progressive. Saved me $90 on an Uber because I priced out what it was going to cost to Uber all 4 of us to the RV park. Because I figured, you know, whatever tow truck Progressive sent, I wasn't going to be able to take all 4 of us. So in this one, we have 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 155. This one brings in 200. This is from Budget with Ira. He is a UK cash stuffer on YouTube and TikTok. And he has a great Etsy shop as well. So I am just super, super grateful that this guy is helping us out and expecting absolutely nothing in return. So he comes to get us. And how much do we have left? 15 and a lot of ones. Ooh. You know what? Let's go ahead and finish this one from Liz so we can start a new one. So we're going to put the last $8 into here. I'm going to put back these 2 1s and take 2 5s. And then I'm going to put back these 5 1s and take this 5. So there should be $100 here. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. This is now a completed challenge. So I'm going to paper clip it. We'll put it with the completed challenges. I don't have my notebook right now. It's in my backpack from traveling. So I'll have to write it in there after the video. But I do have, where did I put it? I do have the envelope. So we can put $1 in that envelope. So we get to the RV park. He helps us set everything up. Super friendly. Obviously, I slip him some money because, like, he spent his gas, his truck, and his family time to come help out strangers that he certainly didn't have to. Saved me a ton of money. So he insisted that we, I didn't, but obviously it would be rude not to. So he helps my husband set up, like, level the RV and get everything set up and everything. And then 8 o'clock at night, it was actually 7:40 at night, Progressive calls me and tells me, hey, we have somebody to pick up your truck. Mind you, I called at like noon-ish. So that was really frustrating. So we're going to add in this one from Steph's on a Budget. It is Christmas Movie Junkie, which is the complete opposite of me because I actually do not like Christmas movies. There's a few that I love, like Home Alone, the Santa Claus movies, Polar Express, The Grinch, but like Hallmark Christmas movies, Lifetime Christmas movies, I hate them. So let's scratch one on here, $7. Okay. So they call me, tell me they have somebody to come pick up the truck. They're like, are you with the truck? And I said, absolutely not. I had 2 little kids out in this heat. It was over 100 degrees today. And they're like, okay, where are the keys to the truck? I said, with me. They're like, you didn't leave them with the truck? I said, the truck is on the side of a highway. Why on earth would I be okay? Like, the options Progressive wanted me to do were to either stay with the truck for 7 hours, almost 8 hours, with 2 small kids, no food, no nothing, whatever, or leave my keys in my unattended truck on the side of a highway. Neither one of those scenarios was anything I was willing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then I tell her this and she was like, okay, well, let me relay that to the tow company and see what we can do because they'll have to bring additional equipment to tow your truck. Okay, that's fine. What was this one? Oh, we had this one too. So, another 2. 3 2s in a row. Let's go again on this one. Actually, let me see what I have. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 left. I am not going to do another one on this one. So I'm like, that's fine. So she tells me, we're chatting or whatever. She's getting more information from me. And I said, hey, by the way, when I spoke to the original woman who put through my request for roadside assistance, she was unable to find us on the map with, like, I gave them the location, like the address that Apple Maps was giving me. And she kept saying, oh, I can't find that town. I can't find that town. So she put us at the nearest town she could find, which was further than where we actually were located by several miles. And I said, can I give you the coordinates? That will be the exact location that the truck is at. And it will put me where I'm not going over the mileage that's covered by my policy. She was like, yeah, absolutely. I had asked the original Progressive woman when we were struggling to like find a way for her to have our location. I kept telling her, I can give you the coordinates, I can give you the coordinates. And she just kept coming up with a random city and saying that that's where we were. So I give this woman the coordinates and she was like, yeah, that actually puts you under your 30 miles and would be covered by your policy. She said, so once the tow truck guy comes and picks it up and he closes out the ticket, I can update this and I can give you a refund. Awesome. Awesome. So the tow truck guy ends up calling me and he says, where are you at? And I tell him, and he said, okay, where are the keys? I said, they're with me. He goes, I am 10 minutes down the road. I'm located 10 minutes down the road from where you currently are. Can I just come by and pick up the keys? Because that'll be a lot easier to tow it that way than bring all this extra equipment to tow it. I was like, absolutely. So he comes, he picks up the keys, and he said, I told him, hey, by the way, can you make sure that it's accurate where it's, when you put down where you picked it up from? And I told him the situation, like, they've already charged me, but it's technically not that far. He was like, oh, I got you. Don't worry about it. He went ahead and closed out the ticket for the location that I said it was, not the location that was listed on the pickup. So they called me and they gave me my refund. So in all, it didn't end up costing me anything except what I paid the super nice guy that came and picked us up. And I just don't know how that many things could go right when it started off as something that was, I felt like we were literally a boulder rolling down a mountain when it started. So we have 20, 35, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So we only have this one row left on this one, and then we'll start one of her other ones. So that was amazing. But then backing up a little bit, while we're in the car with the guy that is bringing us to the RV park, he's telling us about the city that we're getting towed into because we didn't know anything. I had heard of it before, so I knew something about it without giving away where we're at. But he starts telling us all of this really cool stuff that is in this city. And he starts telling us things that we can take the kids to do and unique things about the town. And just super awesome. So now, while this was never on our plan for our trip, I am so excited to be here. I'm actually, like, obviously, truck problems aside, because I don't actually want to pay to have the truck fixed. Like, I'm not looking forward to that. But I'm really excited we got stuck in this town because we were just going to drive through it. And instead we got stuck here, and now we're going to get so much cool content. A whole other YouTube video, if not 2 YouTube videos out of this place. Wrigley is very excited. Lennox, I don't know if she is. I don't know if we really talked to her about what they have here. But Wrigley's really excited. I'm super excited. So it ended up turning out to be kind of a good thing. Because we never would have made a trip to come here. We didn't even plan on stopping here. We were just driving through to our next destination. And if you're wondering about the fact that I had paid for 3 RV parks for Saturday, the one I forgot that I was supposed to be in, the one that I went ahead and paid for an additional night in so we could arrive early because I messed up, and now the one because we got stuck in a town we weren't supposed to be in, it actually worked out because the one that we were on our way to, I called them, told them the situation, and she said, are you still planning on coming here? I said, yes, we just don't know a date because we don't know how long it's going to take for Ford to get to our truck, plus the repairs, yada, yada, yada. And she said, okay, well, since you do know that you're going to come here either way, she said, rather than cancel and lose your money, I'm just going to push your reservation out like 10 days. If you end up needing it sooner than that, give me a call. We'll find you a spot. If it ends up taking longer than that, give me a call. We'll push it out. We'll just keep pushing it. She said, as long as you don't cancel, you won't lose your money. So, super nice, willing to work with us. So yeah, that was my Saturday. And I've been asked so many times, how are you not stressing about this? And I was like, what is there to stress about? The only thing I possibly have to stress about is the repairs on the truck. I don't have to stress about the fact that my husband's got to get back to work, because he doesn't. This is what we do now. I don't have to worry about, we have time freedom. That's what I keep telling people. We have time freedom. This is just an additional adventure that we didn't plan on, but I'm really, really excited happened. We have our house with us. We have all 4 of us. We found an affordable RV park that's really cool in a really cool city. So I just don't see anything to be upset about, to be mad about, to be stressed about, other than when Ford gives me that call and tells me how much it's going to cost to fix it. And even at that point, I'm not in a hurry, because this trip doesn't have an end date, and the only thing I have to do is move a couple of things back. Not a huge deal. I have a couple partnerships in the next state we're supposed to go to that I will need to speak to on Monday. Well, you guys are seeing this on Monday, but I'm filming it on Sunday. So I will have to speak with them and just let them know, hey, those dates don't work for us because we got stuck in the previous state. I'll let you know. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, maybe next time. But until then, we're really just... That's kind of the beauty of this lifestyle, is you don't need a schedule. We're not really schedule people. I hate schedules, you guys. You know that. Part of the reason we homeschool, part of the reason we don't really do like sports and stuff. I hate schedules. I love to just be free to do what we want and take things as we go. And so this really just kind of goes along with that. Like, there's nothing else to be upset about. We get to do what we want, and we have an additional adventure. That's really how I'm looking at it. It's an additional adventure. So, with that said, it is Monday, which means there is a new travel video up over on Bria.Snyder. It will be linked at the end of this video on the ending screen. You can click on it. It will take you directly to the video and to my channel over there. I would appreciate any views over on that video or any videos on that channel. And I will see you back here tomorrow for Travel Tuesday. So until next time, bye!